Well, hello and welcome back. Guess what? We're going to leave our house and take you down to the beautiful, beautiful blue Mediterranean Sea in downtown Kato Paphos. But before we do, I'm going to introduce you to the most beautiful woman in the entire world, and her name is Miss Ochin Gracivia Leboeuf.
Hello everybody! How nice to see you again and again.
And again. Right, the girl in charge of the ship is Ochin Gracivia Leboeuf. So let's get ready, and without further ado, let's get down to downtown Kato Paphos, and we're actually going to go and do a hit and run on a hotel for some very, very special people. We're not going to tell you the hotel, and we're not going to tell you the name of the people. You come back in a later video and you're going to find out who it is. So here we go. This is downtown Kato Armu, a village that sits 6 to 7 kilometers above downtown Kato Paphos, and well, we're going to drop down through the village of Konya, drop down to the Limassol roundabout, and then eventually our descent will be complete when we arrive in the downtown Kato Paphos promenade, or Hotels Road as we call it. Gracivia Leboeuf.
This road is very quiet, not very busy traffic all the time. That's because we don't have traffic lights, and that's because not too many people live up there.
Well, you'll be surprised how many people do live up in Armu, but Gracivia is right. It's not got the hustle and bustle of downtown Paphos and Kato Paphos, obviously. There's around about 30-ish thousand people living in Paphos downtown central, if you understand, with the local villages around, and then we sit into the wider area again. The total population of Paphos, it varies. Some people say it's 60,000, some say it's 90,000. Anyway, it's not an awful lot of people. Obviously this time of year with a lot of tourists, that figure can rocket up to probably somewhere around about 250,000 people, hence why the promenade area is very, very busy, and it's going to be busy tonight, that's for sure. So stick with us. That's a great view indeed. Nice tree-lined avenue, and then we're just going to go this little hump in the road, and you can see now the blue Mediterranean Sea, but now you get the spectacular view of the metropolis area of downtown Paphos. Look at that. All the way from the General Hospital, straight through uptown Kato Paphos, and all the way down to the wonderful area known as the Paphos Harbour, which is our eventual target tonight. As tradition goes, on certainly a Friday, Saturday and Sunday night, Ochin Gracivia Leboeuf likes to walk that promenade. Gracivia?
I like to walk that promenade not only Saturdays and Sundays.
No, pretty much 7 nights a week.
Yes.
Yes, that's right.
For a change, you know.
For a change, there we are. We have 2 birds in that area. One is called Miss Coco and one is called Miss Ochin Gracivia Leboeuf, and they do like to strut their stuff up and down the harbour and the promenade, and they like to pose for photos and intermingle with the crowds. Anyway, stick with us. This is the village of Konya. Again, you're going to drop down into a lower area, and eventually we will come to the Limassol roundabout. That's some of Ochin Gracivia Leboeuf's favourite properties there.
Yes.
They're quite ornate, very nice properties actually.
Very nice.
A little bit too close to the road for my liking, but they are very nice indeed.
Not very often you see that such a beautiful houses in here.
Yeah, correct. In general, a lot of the properties around Cyprus, especially of late, are these ultra-modern boxes. I understand that many people like that kind of architecture, but myself and Miss Ochin Gracivia Leboeuf do not. An example of them is coming up on the left now. Now, I understand some people might like that, so I don't want to upset anybody, but it's not my cup of tea, and it's not her cup of tea either. Not even a cup of coffee, not even with milk and sugar. Stick with us. We are going to exit the Konya area and eventually join the downtown Limassol roundabout. So stick with us. Here we go. Forgive the road surface. You can hear the car suspension struggling or fighting with it. There's an awful lot of potholes and manhole covers. And, well, I know it's common in many parts of the world. The governments of the world are quite happy to take a thing called road tax and VAT off us, but they don't seem too happy to spend it back on the roads. Anyway, that's the whinge for the day. Coming up on the left hand side now is the Konya Barber, and on the right hand side is the Konya Pharmacy. Then we've got the Konya Taverna, which has been around since about 2002. Quite an old taverna. Opens up on a Thursday, Friday and Saturday night at the moment, and it's very, very busy indeed, with locals and expats alike. And then there's a further coffee shop coming up on the left, and then there's a bit of nothing, as you can see. A few properties scattered around, a bit of building work going on, and then if you were to go right in about 100 metres here, you can see the road's closed off at the moment, but in normal circumstances, if you go right 500 metres, again turn right, and you are in the Paphos General Hospital. Anyway, we are rapidly approaching the main Limassol roundabout. As you can see, if we go left, Limassol, straight Kato Paphos, and if you go right, we would go into the town centre. See a little bit?
You know, roundabout, at the moment of time, the uptown Paphos is very quiet. That's because the holiday is coming and everybody like to go down to harbour.
Yeah, this is true. At the moment, we are in full peak season. We are in mid-August. Obviously, every foreigner on the planet has come here on holiday. And on top of that, every Cypriot on the planet from Nicosia, Larnaca, etc. tends to come down to Paphos because they often have family or roots down here, or they understand it's a lovely, lovely place to come, which it is. So, at this time of year, peak time, it does get very, very busy indeed. But as Grisivia said, uptown Paphos tends to stay quite quiet because they all want to be in downtown Paphos, all down by the beautiful, beautiful blue Mediterranean Sea. So here we are, we're going straight over the roundabout. We're going to take this exit now, which actually says town centre and Kato Paphos. And you've got various landmarks around. You've got the Alpha Mega supermarket just over there on the right hand side. So if you see that building, you understand you've just come to or just off the main Limassol roundabout. This road continues down to a set of traffic lights. At those traffic lights, the landmark will be the McDonald's restaurant, which will be coming up on our left. Now, I've not mentioned this before, but if you were to turn left at the McDonald's, not only could you enter the car park on the drive-through, but if you continue to go, you would go into the Yeroskipu industrial area, which is an area full of mechanics, car body shops, car accessory shops. You get the vibe. If you want something for your car, that's where you would go. Second-hand parts, new parts, the car dealers, service areas, not the car dealers selling area, because that's separate in Cyprus. You don't tend to find the seller and the servicing point in the same point, if you understand. It's, so I'm told, illegal. So you've got the showrooms quite visible and the service areas are down there. We'll see that.
And this mall is going to be open, right?
Yeah, this is the original Paphos Mall in there. If you look just in between the traffic lights, you can see some big yellow panels and some big red words, and it does actually say the Paphos Mall. Now that opened in 2008, literally a month before I arrived, and it closed in 2012 when the company that owned it went bankrupt, and it's remained empty since then. Anyway, to give you a bit of information, that place now is rapidly having 7 bells knocked out of it, as you can see down the side here, and it's going to reopen as the former Debenhams, if you understand, ERA department store, and the Home Centre DIY, which is down the bottom here at the moment at the main traffic lights, roundabout, sorry. And that, if you understand, is all going to be knocked down, and they're going to build a 27-storey skyscraper with multi-million euro apartments and shops and restaurants, etc, etc. So that's this area here now. Coming up on the left, that currently is the Home Centre, former Debenhams, and it's now called the ERA Superstore, and that is going to close very, very soon, and it's going to be demolished, and that's going to become a 27-storey plus 2 underground floors, so technically 29 floors, but only 27 visible floors. Anyway, this is the downtown mid roundabout. If we go right, you go into Paphos. If you go left, you go out to Yeroskipu. We're going to go straight over, which is going to take us down a lot of people who've been his favourite road. Miss Maggie has referred to this road quite a few times, so has Angela H, and it is a very nice avenue indeed. Tree-lined, bush-lined, very, very nice indeed. Not overdeveloped yet, shall we say. And at the end of this road, paradise begins. At the end of this road is downtown Kato Paphos, and we will join the hotels road, and we will then take a right and take you out and show you probably the Anisia beach bar, and perhaps go up the Snake to give you a great, great view. Grisivia?
Anisia?
Yes, the beach bar.
Yes,
the one with the car
Snake
park.
one.
The Snake one. That's where I think we'll dismount. Yeah, you think? Mm-hmm. Okay, and then we're going to get back in the car, go left where we went right, and we're going to go and do a hit and run on a hotel for some very, very special people indeed. I'm going to give you a clue, because that hotel is the Asimina Suites. Is that what it's called? Yeah. So it's the Asimina Suites Hotel that we're going to go and do the hit and run on. So somebody might know, if you're watching, who's asked for that hotel. So guess what? If you come back in the evening, well, if we're lucky, fingers crossed, and we don't get caught by a manager, we don't get offered some blue stuff in a glass, oh so sweet Caroline, hopefully we'll get to that hit and run. Hopefully come back a bit later and you'll see us having a laugh and a joke about it. Priscilla?
Everybody know that you don't drink anything except Coke. That's why they were worried how you were going to come home back.
Right, stick with us. This is the tree-lined avenue that takes us down to Kato Paphos, and of course that's paradise. That's paradise to us, and it's paradise to most people that get on a big bird or a canoe and start paddling like crazy to get to Cyprus, because they understand that all that happens down that area is relaxing, sunbathing, eating, drinking, fun and games, and in general you have a great holiday, that is for sure. Priscilla?
You know, Mr. Paul, I was going to ask, because I'm following that black car, and behind, is it like that, the shape of it?
No, someone has decided that
him in
in the bottom, yes. They say out at RAV4, Miss Crescivia Booth was wondering if the panel work in the rear trunk, in the tailgate area, was factory, or has perhaps someone decided to redesign it. And in fact, she is correct, someone has decided to redesign it. There it is. He's got a nice crease in his rear end, that's for sure. Anyway, not that good at rear end, but hopefully if we're lucky and you come back, well, we understand this channel is about three things: those views, your views, and my views. So we are trapped in a car, so to be honest, you don't get to see the rear end of the Crescivia Booth, but in the next video I promise you will, and the next video I promise that you will. So here we are, downtown Kato Paphos. If we go straight, we would end up in the Olympic Lagoon Hotel, but we're going to go right, and we're going to go to the Asina. How do you say that cafe over there? Anesia, is it?
Something like
Anastasia.
Something like
Anastasia.
Yeah?
There we go. My pronunciation, Sherlock Holmes. So we're going to join this road. Bit of traffic, so we're going to have to wait here. That's the foyer area, car parking area of the Olympic Lagoon Resort, a true 5-star luxury resort. We're going to go a bit further, and then we're going to go into the municipal car park, dismount, and we're going to go and have a look at this beach bar, and we're going to climb the snake, give you a view to die for, and a very good goodbye. Here we go. Beautiful day today, Crescivia Booth.
Yes, yeah. And it's not that hot, Mr. Paul, if you noticed.
It's around about 30 degrees, if the people are wondering. 6 o'clock at night, 30 degrees. The sun is glistening in the sky, and the humidity is probably around about 65%, so it's not too bad. Here we go. Let's get into this car park. I think we'll just park here, Crescivia. Yeah. The odds of getting a space down the bottom are absolutely zero. So stick with us as we dismount and we go and climb the snake, and you're going to get a great view, that's for sure. So stick with us. That's where we're going. If you understand from our previous videos, that is the Anastasia Beach Bar, built in the shape of a ship, and it sits right on the blue Mediterranean Sea. The views are spectacular, and then there's this viewing stairs platform, and that's where we're going to go. Now, talking about rear ends, have a look at that. She looks absolutely beautiful tonight. She over twirl. There we go. Wow, absolutely spectacular. I'm in awe.
There.
Well, we're going to go up the top as fast as we can and show you that great view. Crescivia Booth will give you a big goodbye, and of course I'll say thanks for watching. So stick with us, because it is a view to die for. Absolutely spectacular as we look out across the blue Mediterranean Sea, and you're going to have a great view, that's for sure. So stick with us as we follow the rear end of the Ochin Crescivia Booth.
It's called Anastasia.
Anastasia, there it is. Anastasia Beach Club. So up those stairs. Go on, Crescivia, get moving. That music's a bit loud, so get going. Have a look at that. That's the blue Mediterranean Sea. There's paragliding or parasailing going on, and that's the view out to the harbour. There's Gracivi LaBouffe.
Thank you very much for watching. We're loving YouTube. It's come back for another of our madnesses. Please.
What's left for me to say is thanks for watching. If you like what you see, hit the like, click subscribe. Please come back for a little bit more of our madness. I'll leave you with a truly spectacular view. Have a look at that.